on HLN.
My messy Cupp in for Piers, back with me now. My boss at the Blaze, Beck. In September 2011, you launched GBTV, which would become the Blaze, a subscription streaming network with daily TV shows available directly online. You got 300,000 subscribers to pay $10 a month, and in your first year, you generated over $40 million in revenue. In 2012...
How much did we spend?
That's another question. I've seen it. In 2012, The Blaze became available to Dish TV subscribers and is now available on more than 35 cable providers. And TheBlaze.com receives over 19 million unique viewers per month.
No. New number. Last 30 days, 24 million unique viewers.
Those are numbers a lot of people would like to have. What's your secret? What are you doing right?
I don't know. I think that we are open to different voices, and we are not playing the Republican-Democrat game. In fact, you're going to see some market changes, I think, in the next year. That we have a faith section, and I also have Penn Jillette all the time.
Yeah.
I love Penn. If I could hire Penn Jillette to work full time and I would.
He's a smart guy.
He's a very smart guy, decent, honorable man.
Yeah.
Doesn't agree with me on religion, but doesn't want to shut me down, nor do I want to shut him down.
Right.
That's the secret. And I think when you say, you know what, I can get along with anybody as long as we're not trying to trample somebody else's right to believe something or feel something. I think there's a hunger for that.
Well, and you left cable news for your own network, which you started online, and a lot of people think that's the future. Katie Couric just got a lot of money to go work for Yahoo. But eventually you migrated back onto TV with the Blaze TV. So what's the end game?
The end game is to be as ubiquitous as possible, because anybody who says they know what the delivery system is, this being what it has been when we were growing up, that's over. I don't know when it's over. And I said when we launched GBTV that we're about 5 years too early, maybe 7 years too early, maybe 3 years too early. I don't know, but we need to be where anybody is watching. And so we will be on cable, we'll be on your phone, we'll be on your iPad, on Roku, wherever you are, we want to be.
You will be there. So you've said some controversial things in the past, and that...
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't.
Saying controversial things has a lot of currency in this business, whether it's about Sarah Palin or Santa Claus. Have you ever said anything that you regret? You went home and...
Never.
Never?
Not once.
I don't believe you.
Not once. There are I don't know these people who don't, they go home and they question.
I know this is
They go home and they think...
You're a deeply contemplative guy. I know you go home, you talk to Tanya, you talk to God. I know you think about the things that you've said and the influence that they've had. What have you said that you wish, I should have said that better? If
I had a priest, I'd tell him.
You won't tell us?
I've already talked to God about it. So I believe, we have all made mistakes, and if I had my life to live all over again, I would try to do things differently, but then again, doing things the way I did, even being an alcoholic, which is, on the top 5 stupid things I've ever done, starting to drink brought me to the understanding of where I am today. And where I am today is a much better place than I've ever been in my life. I believe that Gandhi and Martin Luther King and Bonhoeffer were absolutely right. And if we can find a place to where, yes, even Jesus turned the tables over once in a while, even Martin Luther King and Gandhi, they were very clear on what they believed. But they did it with love. Anything that I have done to cheapen the idea that we are all in the same family, and we all have to treat each other with respect. Those are the things that I regret the most.
So you think that we as folks with a platform or some level of influence have to be more responsible about the kinds of things we talk about and the way we talk about them?
I think so, but I think also, everybody's different. Everybody has their own line. If you don't like it, everybody has an on-off switch. And so I think this society that shuts people up, and we know when Martin Bashir said what he said, I wasn't calling for a boycott. I wasn't calling for him to be removed from the air. I thought it was despicable what he said. That's what he believed. That's what he said. That's fine. And if people want to watch that, fine. Then they can watch that. I don't think so. I don't think you should. But to run people out of our society because they have a difference of opinion from us and a difference in approach is absolutely wrong. We become look at what we're doing. This week we are debating a Duck Dynasty comment.
Right.
And whether or not Santa Claus is white or black.
Are we too sensitive? Are those not debates that we should be having?
Is that a serious question?
It's an attempt at a serious question.
If you have kids in the room, turn the TV off for 20 seconds. I'm going to give you time. Turn it off. Find the remote. It's probably sitting next to you on the couch. Okay, time's up. Santa Claus isn't real. He's a fictional character. I don't know what color your imaginary friends are. Okay, you can tell the kids to come back on. What are you, nuts? What are you, nuts? That's the conversation we're having? We're talking about Duck Dynasty. Do you know what happened last week in Russia? One of their biggest stars on television said that homosexuals should be put into the ovens alive. I didn't think you could make the Holocaust worse, but he's like, why the gas chamber? That seems a little too humane. Let's put them alive in the ovens. I said on the air this week, I will stand with GLAAD. I will stand with anybody who will stand up and say, that's crazy, that's dangerous, that's heterofascism. That's what that is. And we're talking about Duck Dynasty? Really? Really?
Okay, stay with me, Glenn. Coming up next, I want you to give us the untold stories of the making of America. What we don't know about Thomas Edison.